Hi, this is Greg with Engaging Teacher. I'm starting a new TpT store, and guiding me through the process will be Rebecca. She started her TpT store over 5 years ago and has agreed to answer my questions and share her experiences running an online business. We just finished a video on how to make a worksheet, a PDF worksheet, and I wanted to turn that into a pin, so I printed off the worksheet and took a picture of it, realized it didn't look too good, so I put it on a white background, like another piece of white paper, and then it turned yellow on me. So I was wondering if you could kind of run through how you get your pictures you take that you use for your pins to look so good.
All right, I'm happy to do that. So the first thing that I want to put out there is a big disclaimer. I am no photographer. I use my iPhone and I use some foam core that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I do it just to make it look a little bit whiter, but in the end I edit it in my iPhone and it seems to work fine for what I need. You could of course do a much more professional job, but this suits my needs and it was $3.
So what are you using to hold them up? Just little clips?
Yeah, this is all stuff I had in my teacher toolbox. I had some flare pens, I had a pencil, I had some binder clips, and some foam core board. So there you go.
You just set it on your table and then start taking pictures. So this is not permanent. It's just something you do when you do photos.
Exactly. And the only reason why I do it is so that the light, and I'm facing my window is behind there.
Okay.
And the white board just makes the light bounce off of it. Again, you could get a light box and you could be really fancy about it, but this suits my needs.
Okay. All right. So with that worksheet I gave you and said, hey, make this look better, what else did you do?
Well, the first thing that I did was I added some color.
Okay.
So beforehand, it was just sort of plain. I mean, it was effective. It showed you what it did.
Right. Just black and white, just right off the printer.
Yeah, I mean, gets the job done. But you want to show people what it will look like in the end. Just like in any sort of advertising, you want to show the product in use, or you want to show the end result. Because people really don't have the imagination, so you have to help them imagine it.
So basically, you colored it.
All right. That's my big fancy speech where I colored it.
Okay.
And then what I did was I got a picture that was okay. It wasn't great, but I can do a lot of different things to that okay picture to make it better. And as I go through my iPhone, there are a number of different things that I can do to change the look of the picture, just depending on the look of my blog or my product, whatever it is that I want to do. So we're going here through, we're showing you all of the different things, and this is just in my iPhone. I don't have any fancy software or anything.
Okay.
But again, it's just, I play with it until I like it.
And, you like bright, right? Because you're doing a pin, you're trying to get the colors to pop and make it eye-catching. And with all these different exposure, color and all that can change.
So the brightness is important because if you're using this in any sort of advertising, you want to be able to catch people's eye. And market research just shows that brighter pictures catch people's eyes.
Okay.
Yep. So something interesting, something colorful, and of course something that displays the product doing what it should be doing.
All right.
So then I just take the picture that I had and I do a few quick alterations in here. Typically, I just make it a little bit brighter, and if I can make the colors more vibrant, I will do that. So this is the picture that I had for you. And now this is my editing studio, my iPhone. So I'm just going to go to exposure, and I'm going to play with it till it's brighter. I'm sure there's lots of terms I should know, but it gets brighter.
Okay.
And then one thing that people often don't do is play with the positioning of their picture. If you turn something at an angle, it makes it more interesting because it's not what the eye is expecting. So people stop and look.
Okay. All right. So this is what I started with, and that's what we ended with.
Yeah.
So much better. That will make a great pin compared to that other thing that looked like it was left out in the sun and wet. So All right, I really appreciate it. So there's a pin example that you made for it as well.
Yeah, so just using the whole sheet, you don't have to make it take up the whole page, but you certainly can. And we're going to use this for the pin for the video for this.
Okay, great. That looks so much better. Thank you.
My pleasure.